Hi, here to talk about angle grinders real fast. As a homeowner, one of the handiest things you can have is an angle grinder. It's also one of the most dangerous electrical tools you can own. And I advise a ton of precaution when using an angle grinder. Um, I use it for trimming small branches off the tree and maybe some light woodwork, like the fence. Yeah, I can actually do a little bit of fence work when necessary using an angle grinder. The main reason for this video, though, is one, I bought this from Amazon for $9 plus shipping, and it's a Vermont American uh, micro edge technology blade. It's 3 3/8 of an inch in diameter, and I used it. I tested it, and yeah, it cuts fine. It's a good little cutter. And the other thing I discovered yesterday is when I watched another video, is occasionally I use this one. I've used this bigger one. This actually 100 millimeter. It doesn't fit in the guard. It doesn't fit in the guard. It's too big. So it's just one of those situations where you have to use a lot of precaution because it doesn't fit in the guard. And the very first time I used an angle grinder, I dropped it, put it on my side, and it actually destroyed the pants I was wearing. So also, what I found out is that this has little notches that this fits in perfectly. I had to eyeball it. Eyeball it, and then I watching a video yesterday. Someone said there's an adapter, and it fits perfectly like that. Oh, and one last thing is, when I tried to use this, I noticed that it wouldn't tighten down. It slips. So what am I gonna? The answer is a washer. Oh, not this washer. And not this washer. Oh no. I'll be back. My first answer actually was to put this in. I said, well, if it won't hold, then I'll just use this as a washer, and hopefully that will provide the thickness. And it does. I think this washers. I actually have some washers and metal ones, but they look like they're not big enough. So in a pinch, this is what I'm going to do. Once again, I like using an angle grinder. I use this one like this for the grass that grows in between the grass that grows in between the segments of concrete on the driveway. I used to use a knife, and that was a pain. So I actually use this blade to trim that grass off, the grass that grows in between the segments of concrete. I wouldn't recommend doing this for other things like tree branches or wood, because using it like this, it does spray sawdust all over, and that's probably why I went to this one. This looks and feels like a really nice blade. This blade, which I think I got for $4, has the tips have some kind of carbide, and it's not so great for cutting. it takes a while to cut through wood, and it actually leaves burn marks. But in a pinch, for your very first time, this is a good blade. For tree branches, no problem. You don't care. I don't care. But so I bought this bigger one with more teeth because I wanted to experiment on better cuts. And I don't, using this a few times. I mean, for tree branches and other things, that's great. But once again, it sprays sawdust all over the place. Big mess. Don't like it. The guard doesn't fit. So I ordered this smaller one where I could use the guard, and it looks like it's a great cutting tool. And I did test it, and it cuts clean. Not real deep because it's not a super diameter blade. But for what I plan on using it for, which is light woodwork, it should be fine. So that was my solution and my discovery for the angle grinders. Once again, when you use one, you should always wear safety goggles, and there's some people like using gloves, but always try to use the guard unless you're sure you're using it a way that you won't get the sawdust or any kind of wood thing in the eye. So that's me signing out.